Hi, I'm Chris Stevens. I'm the founder and president of Summit Solutions Consulting. I am also your Master of Ceremonies and Director for the Summit Threat Management Academy. And we do several different versions of the Academy. What we're going to be talking about today is the fundamentals of the Academy. I'd like to take a couple moments and take you through the format of the day's training and give you a little background of the Academy. The Summit Threat Management Academy comes in several different versions. Today, we're going to be discussing the Fundamentals Academy. And the Fundamentals Academy is a single day of training online, and it is put together in such a way that we have an hour with a 10-minute break in each hour, and we give you a full hour for lunch so that you can get away from the screen and you're not staring at one single head looking at you all day long. We found that we have a pretty good way of putting the day together, and I'll share that with you in just a moment. The people that we're targeting as our students in the Fundamentals Academy are professionals who are tasked with threat management duties. These would be HR people, supervisors, managers, those of you that are responsible for the security of facilities and so on, but you're not necessarily a trained threat manager. We are going to be putting together a familiarization with the process of behavioral threat assessment and management and the prevention of targeted violence. And by that, I mean there is a specific way that people move from being disturbed to actually committing violence, and we'll go over that together. The day is spelled out quite well. We're rather proud of the way it's been put together. The first hour, we're going to get together. We're going to do some introductions. We're going to let people know how the day is going to work. We're going to cover vocabulary and make sure that we're all on the same page before we start the concentrated study into threat management. Second hour is going to be establish the timeline for the rest of the day. By that, I mean the first 20 minutes is going to be lecture by one of our faculty members, and we have a great faculty set up for you. Take a look at our biographies on the Summit Solutions Consulting page. There's good people who know an awful lot about this business that are going to be sharing their expertise with you. The first 20 minutes of each hour is going to be lecture based on the specific knowledge of that particular learning module. The first hour, we're going to be looking at the RAGE-V. This is the Risk Assessment Guidelines for Violence established by the Association of Threat Assessment Professionals. We're also going to cover the pathway to violence. After that first 20 minutes of lecture, we're going to have a half hour of discussion amongst the panel members and also inviting questions, comments, and participation by the students who are attending. So that that 30 minutes that follows the lecture is going to be where we're going to be covering things from a variety of angles in order to break up the hour and to also give you a very broad picture of that particular subject. Go for a 10-minute break, and then this third hour of the day, we're going to talk about case intake and issue spotting. Now, about this time, we will have introduced a case study for the day. There's a very specific case that we have the history of in great detail that will be a good timeline for us to follow throughout the day, deconstructing how this case was handled and sometimes mishandled, and giving you a look at how threat management works in the real world. We'll have a break. We'll go to information gathering and interviewing. We'll actually talk about conducting your investigation into the incident or the person that you are feeling is either posing a threat or making a threat. Break for lunch from noon until 1 p.m. Again, all these times are Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight, depending upon what time of the year it is. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to go back into discussion in looking at information analysis, building the chronology, and putting together how you're going to present your case, and then pulling in that risk assessment guidelines for violence to use as a proven instrument for laying out your investigation, making sure that you have all of your bases covered as far as how you are handling this case. The 2 o'clock hour is going to be responding to the investigation, making your plan, managing the subject, the victim, and other actors. take a break. And then from 3 to 3:50, we're going to be working through our last hour of the day, talking about monitoring, because we can't arrest everybody. We cannot commit everybody to a mental health care facility. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with people to keep them in a place where they are problem solving rather than choosing to become violent. And then we're going to review the threat management cycle as action research. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to put your team together and how to govern your threat management team through the process that we've spent the day learning. And finally, we'll finish up around 4 p.m. With a release to survey and ask you how you think we can do things better. The class includes a resource manual that will have a variety of resources and links to resources in it. A lot of very, very good information for you to have on the shelf when you start doing actual threat assessment and threat management, and every participant will receive a certificate of attendance. I'd like to invite you to sign up for this exciting day of learning about threat management, threat assessment, and how to make your workplace a lot safer. Go to summitsolutionsconsulting.com, click on the Threat Management Academy link, and sign up, or sign your whole team up. We'd love to see you.